Hello everyone, it's Dale here with a new weekly trading ideas video. Before I go into the trading ideas, just a quick note about a sale, a Black Friday sale, which I'm running on my website and my best educational and indicator products. If you go to my website, trader-dale.com, and click this button which says Black Friday sale, then it will take you to this page where you can get my best educational and indicator packs massively discounted. On the left, this is the Elite pack, which will teach you everything about volume profile trading. And on the right, this is Order Flow pack, which will teach you everything about order flow trading. Both those packs include video courses, my custom-made indicators, and much more. If you scroll down a bit, then there's a combo pack, and that combo pack includes both those indicators. This is a very special deal. I never offered this cheaper than this, so if you are waiting for the right opportunity to join us and bring our trading to a next level, then this is your chance. Alright, so that's about that. Let me now switch over to the charts and talk about the trading ideas. So the first trading idea is going to be on the Australian dollar, US dollar. You're looking at a 30-minute chart of the Australian dollar, US dollar. This is NinjaTrader 8 platform with my custom-made volume profile and VWAP indicators. And what I want to talk about here are two levels. And I published those levels in the members area earlier. There is a support, the first support at 0.6511. And in here, there's a second support at 0.6471. Both those supports are based on volume profile setups. So let me show you. Let me start with the first setup. If you look at this zone like this, then you can see that there were heavy volumes accumulated in this little rotation at the beginning of this day. From this little rotation, aggressive buying activity started. So this is telling us that buyers were accumulating the long positions here, and then they aggressively pushed the price upwards. So this is an important zone for the buyers, and those buyers are likely to defend this zone. So when there's a pullback, if there's a pullback, chances are that there'll be a reaction from this zone. Now, there are a couple of things that strengthen this level. First thing is that previous week closed in here. This is the closing price. Another thing is that first deviation of weekly VWAP ended its calculation in here, previous week, pretty close to our level. And very importantly, the price was reacting to this level in the past, in here and in here, right, to our level. This means that it was a strong resistance, and when the price blew past the resistance, it turned into a support. This is a price action setup that I like to trade, and all those setups which I showed you point to this support. So all that makes it stronger and chances of a successful reaction better. If you guys have order flow software and if you know how to use it, then the best thing to do when the price reaches the zone around the level is open up the order flow, wait for confirmation, and trade using the order flow, which will significantly improve your trade entry and trade exits. So that's about that first support. Now, regarding the second support, the logic is very similar. We have a rotation with heavy volumes and aggressive buying activity starting from that heavy volume zone. So this is saying that buyers were building up the long positions in here, and then they pushed the price aggressively upwards. That's why I was saying that those were buyers, right? So when the price reaches this heavy volume zone, which is beginning in here, it's likely that there'll be a reaction as buyers from here will want to defend this zone, which is clearly important for them, and push the price upwards from there again. This setup is called the volume accumulation setup. It is one of my favorite volume profile setups. So ideal scenario is pull back to the first support, reaction, and pull back to the second support, and another reaction. All right, so that's for the Australian dollar, US dollar. Now let me switch over to the British pound. And on the British pound, again, we are working with a 30-minute time frame. Here is a level, also a level that I published earlier for the members of my trading course. It is at 1.2387, and it is based on a volume profile setup, which is called the rejection setup. With this setup, you look for places where the price went aggressively one way and then turned and went aggressively the other way. What you need to see within this rejection zone is significant volume zone, significant volume bump, like this one. Because the volume bump is telling us that this was a very important place where buyers took over. So sellers were pushing the price aggressively downwards, buyers took over, started to buy aggressively, and they bought massive volumes here. You can see that on the volume profile, and then they pushed the price aggressively upwards. So this is pointing us to a place which is important for buyers, and those buyers are likely to defend this place. This is the beginning of that volume cluster, and when there's a pullback to this zone, chances are that there'll be a reaction, as the buyers will want to defend this place, which is clearly important for them because they were defending it in the past, so it's likely that they'll be active here in the future as well. All right, so this is the rejection setup, another one of my favorite volume profile setups. In this case, it's pointing to a long at 1.2387. Now let me go to the next chart. It will be the Swiss franc, the Japanese yen. And in here, we are also looking at 30-minute time frame. And I want to talk about this resistance, which is at 169.33. And this resistance is based on a volume profile setup, which you trade when there's a trend, like this one. And the setup is called the trend setup. So when there's a trend, you want to look for significant places where heavy volumes were traded. In this case, it stands out very nicely. We have a heavy volume zone in here within this downtrend, and this heavy volume zone is telling us that sellers were active here in this place. So they were pushing the price downwards, and then they were adding to their short positions in here, and then they pushed the price even lower. So chances are that if there is a pullback to this level, there'll be a reaction, as the aggressive sellers who are adding to their short positions in here will want to defend this place and push the price downwards. Right? This place is important for them because they placed a lot of their short positions here, as you can see on the volume profile. There's one thing that is a little bit risky here. The thing is that the price reacted in here, not exactly to that heavy volume zone, but it was sort of close. So the question is this level tested or no? In my opinion, this was not a proper test. The price didn't reach this heavy volume zone. So in my opinion, it's still worth taking that short from here, but I just wanted to point this out because this is a thing that is a bit riskier. All right. If this reaction was, for example, like this, just a couple of pips close to the level, then I would discard the level. I wouldn't trade it because it would be tested. All right. But the reaction was, in this case, around 15 pips away from the level, so I think that the level is still strong and that it will still work as a strong resistance. All right, so what we need to do now is just wait for that pullback, and if it occurs, then take it from there. All right, so that's the trend setup, another one of my favorite volume profile setups. and you trade this one when there's a trend. Now there's one thing which I like to do before I wrap this video up, and the thing is that I like to announce a winner of a contest we had last time. The prize of the contest were my custom-made indicators for TradingView platform. It's volume profile and VWAP indicators, and right now on your screen you see the name of the person who won those indicators. So congratulations to the winner, and what I'll do next is I'll do another contest for the next week. The only thing that you need to do to participate in this contest is leave a comment below this video, which I'll upload on YouTube, and next week I'll randomly pick one person to win those indicators. Alright, so that's about that. That's about the video. I hope you guys found it useful, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you next time, and until then, happy trading.